So a bunch of us got the bright idea to run a Kart 97 EXE IndyCar race around the Auto Club Speedway. So 8 of us took the green, and this was the results. The Paindeath 100. James Shelley and Chris Dodd lead the field down to the green here in this online IndyCar experience, and away we go. This is going to be a very interesting thing because this is the first time I've ever really commented over an online race as Shelley gets off to a great start, but not as good of a start as Tristan Wilhoit, already going for the lead on the inside of turn 1. You're going to see this. It's a very difficult track. There's Kenny Myatt back there. Dodd's lagging a little bit on the outside. As you can see, Dodd is just trying to stay out of everybody's way, and he's just backing way down the track, getting out of everybody's way here. He knows he's lagging, so he's just going to let everybody go by. And you got some of the guys towards the back like Ryan Griffin, Scott Roush, Noah Hart in the 83 car. All of these drivers will become players as the day goes on. However, Wilhoit, I believe, would lead the first lap unless yes, they did. Wilhoit led the first lap over James Shelley there, and I believe Kenny Myatt slotted into third. And you're going to see that these cars get an abnormally fast tow down the back straightaway. As you can see, Kenny Myatt's going upwards of 256 miles an hour entering turn 3. He made sure he let out of the throttle a little bit there to make sure he can keep going, and because of that, he has a driver right on his butt there. That's Bobby Jones in the 4 car. He should be a factor as this race goes on. James Shelley and Tristan Wilhoit would continually switch the lead back and forth. This is something that you would see as this race goes on, is that early parts of the race, these cars were pretty well actually adjusted to the track, and it was quite clear that these cars were all handling well, as we are losing some of the guys in the back, as Noah Hart actually has joined the lead group as well in the 83 car. That is a custom car, of course. A little further back, you got Ryan Griffin, Scott Roush, and Chris Dodd. They're all hanging out in the back, waiting for a caution. Wilhoit is busy trying to set up Shelley again. Wilhoit and Shelley would lead a good bit of this first part of the race here. However, I'm looking back at the 9's in the fence there. That was a pretty aggressive move there by Kenny Myatt there. I believe the got a bit of aero push coming out of turn 2 there, and I don't believe some of the rear end of Bobby, or some of the air off of Bobby Jones's 4 car maybe pushed him up into the fence there, as Noah Hart's caught the wall as well there, as you can see from his right front suspension's kind of in a little bit there. There's Wilhoit going to the lead again, diving way down low, has to back out of the throttle, loses the momentum, and the 22 of James Shelley is going to retain the lead there. However, the top 5 is still all together despite the 9 and the 83 having damage. Wilhoit will once again try and set up a battle for the lead. There's Bobby Jones and Kenny Myatt have been going at it quite a bit for third. Noah Hart's just content, I think, to sit in 5th right now. A little further back, you've got drivers like Ryan Griffin and Scott Roush back there as well. Chris Dodd also, his lag seemingly is a lot better than it was. So Dodd is able to keep up with Ryan Griffin and Scott Roush. I wouldn't even count these guys out of the race because there could be a caution that could bunch this up, because this lead group has been pretty aggressive since the start of this race. Is now Wilhoit's fallen back to 3rd, and now Bobby Jones is going to try and take a run at, I believe that is James Shelley in the lead. On board with what Kenny Myatt saw here, and this was a pretty scary moment. He had to back way out of the throttle, way on the high line as he gets up into the marbles and felt like he was going to lose it there and lost a lot of momentum there and has to get back into the tow of some of the cars in front of him. And just look at the slipstream entering turn 1 that he gets down there, 256 miles an hour entering turn 1. That is an aggressive battling there, just a huge slingshot he gets, and look how quickly he's back up into this pack, as he's right now back on the bumper of Bobby Jones. Quite an amazing thing if you ask me. Bobby Jones would make a move on Noah Hart down low, despite, Hart being pretty quick though on the outside. Hart is of course one of the best online stock car racers that I know. Of course, he and Kenny Myatt in the past have worked really well on super speedways and stock car racing before, and pretty much in a truck race in another series. Of course, this is just fun racing, but in a truck series, as Hart's going for the lead of this race, there was a race at Talladega which Kenny Myatt and Noah Hart pretty much murdered everybody just with Myatt throwing blocks and everything. Oh, Myatt was looking 3 wide on the inside of Wilhoit and Jones there. That was going to be an aggressive move if he would have tried that, but good thing that the 9 backed out of that one. And we would have our first caution in the race as Scott Roush would lose control after getting off the wall and hit the wall there. It was a seemingly minor wreck, thankfully, but that would be the first caution in the race on lap 16. Bobby Jones is going to lead on the restart here at Fontana, the Auto Club Speedway, as he kind of snakes his way up to the high line there. And this start was kind of under protest because by Kenny Myatt for the spread out that they had on this one. The back of the field kind of got screwed over by this one. Some big players up front that have changed. Ryan Griffin's up in third position after a pretty quick pit stop. Noah Hurt stays in fourth, and the big loser, and that was James Shelley down in, I believe, seventh position as Roush got an EOLL penalty for causing the caution. But as you can see, pretty much it was only a two-car battle at the front of the field at this point, and that would, Griffin might be able to catch that group, but Hart and Myatt are going to at this rate because of the spread out they had. Kind of a controversial second yellow when Kenny Myatt gets up into the gray and brings out the yellow by hitting the wall. I mean, it kind of was a shady yellow by Kenny Myatt calling that, but it is a fun race, and Myatt would drop to the back. He would have a lot of mechanical issues with the suspension, would have to bring it down pit road. After the last restart being such a mess, Tristan Wilhoit would lead once again on this restart here as everybody bunched right back up here. Green flag is out. Wilhoit would lead. Gets a great start over Bobby Jones. However, there's a pretty big pack back here as Myatt did not go again there. And oh, that's because there was a yellow on that restart. Yeah, there was a big stack up under yellow, and Hart went, and Dodd didn't because the 2 didn't go either, and because the 15 didn't go, and the big loser there was the 83. Over under caution, Chris Dodd would lose his transmission, and he would actually spin it out trying to get it back going, and he would lose a bunch of gears, and he couldn't get it out of second gear, and, well, Dodd would fall out of the race, so tough break for Chris Dodd. Scott Roush would be the control car on the restart, and, well, this is how it would go. Roush would lose control of it, and I believe they would call this restart back because of Roush not being able to control it under the restart box. And it was kind of a sloppy restart as it was, so Ryan Griffin would lead the restart back, and Roush didn't know that he got ELO'd for that, end of longest line for it, so... And actually, Roush would lose control under the yellow, and, well, Scott Roush, well, that wasn't a very good start for him. The field will get going again for the green here, but now Ryan Griffin leading the race as Scott Roush with some transmission trouble back there didn't get going. Or maybe he didn't have transmission trouble, he was just trying to get to the end of the longest line, and he only had a little bit of time to do it, so he missed out on the start. There's Myatt already looking low on Bobby Jones and a couple other drivers. Of course, on the first lap, the inside line might be the best thing to do there as well. Shelley and Noah Hart swap positions as Myatt falls to the back of the line because he had to back out of the throttle. There's nearly contact there between Hart and Bobby Jones, and oh, Myatt's way up high there. Myatt trying to keep it under control, and there goes Bobby Jones around, and Bobby Jones goes flying through the air and into the fence, and that's Jones's race done. Right there, Jones's race is done, and his car is beyond repair there as Kenny Myatt was just trying everything he could to keep it under control there. As we go on board with Kenny Myatt, you're going to see here Myatt's just going to try everything. He gets down into the corner, and you can just see kind of the way his hands are going in the dirty air, pulls him from Shelley's car, pulls him way up high, and around goes Jones behind him. If you look in the rearview mirror over there, you see it going around, and this is the onboard of Bobby Jones, and you're just going to see this car take off like a rocket here, go flying through the air, and, well, hit the catch fence and land back on the ground. So Bobby Jones goes for a flight. Now here is Scott Roush brain dead moment number 3 as Roush notices car flipping through the air and doesn't realize that the 9 is slow on the track and just piles into him. Luckily, the 9 would be able to continue, and the 15, but that wasn't a very smart move there by Scott Roush, if you ask me. With Kenny Myatt going to the end of the longest line, we are currently losing cars left and right here, as we're only down to 6 cars left in this race, as Wilhoit gets going again here. Ryan Griffin in second, Roush in third, Hart in fourth, and then Shelley and Myatt did not get going there on that start. However, luckily, like I said, the tow is so strong, you can maybe catch some of these cars as Roush gets into the wall. Roush's car is massively damaged from that contact there with the 9 on that last restart, or on that last caution. However, James Shelley would be the driver on the move. He's been really looking at that inside line and making some moves down there. However, it hasn't really been working, as Noah Hart now has become a very dominating car in this race, with Myatt just barely holding on. His car isn't healthy from that last incident either, as Hart has just been trying everything in his book to get by the 26 car. As here comes Hart, just right on his rear wing there, right on his gearbox, because of course the gearbox is back there. And Hart's trying everything in his book to try and get by. Hart would try down low to make a move on Will Hoyt's stick, but it wasn't going to make it work there. But we know that Hart and Will Hoyt seem to be the class of the field in this race. And, of course, I have to also keep in mind that Bobby Jones was not mad with Kenny Myatt for that little incident there, as Brian Griffin and James Shelley having a little fracas there, as Myatt's really lost the lead pack. He's just out there scoring laps at this stage. James Shelley tried a bit of a dive bomb there and caught the wall, and coming off the corner there, and Brian Griffin, who had already lost a bit of the pack, had to back out of the throttle there, is going to have a drafting partner now, luckily for him. However, still a Hart v. Will Hoyt showdown. However, we're seeing James Shelley's really trying to get some moves made on the inside there as well. Shelley's got some right side damage because he clobbered the wall again there. So, ooh, looks like Hart's going to try again down low. Hart, if anyone's going to pass Will Hoyt at this stage of the race, it's Noah Hart. So, ooh, we got a car going around on the backstretch. That's Scott Roush again. And that's going to bring out the yellow. And, well, you have to keep in mind, I don't exactly know what happened here. It kind of looked a little intentional, if you ask me. But that's basically going to end Roush's race right there. I think he might have had a transmission problem. Yeah, it looks like he's stuck in 6th gear. So that's Roush's race pretty much done. However, when the yellow flew, Noah Hart was in the lead of the race, because right there's when the yellow was called. And Noah Hart would take over the lead of the race right there, even though he wouldn't have kept it had it been green. Noah Hart's your leader with only 9 to go. Now, with only a handful of laps to go, there's only 5 cars left in this race, and we know the 9 isn't exactly the strongest car out there on the track. Over the 9 got a great restart there on Ryan Griffin. And here we go again, as Will Hoyt's going to try and maybe make a move here on Hart. He got a better restart, and now Will Hoyt dives underneath Hart to take over the lead of this race, and he's going to clear him right there. Will Hoyt clears Noah Hart into the lead of this race. James Shelley's with him. Ryan Griffin, I think, is going to hold on. Myatt's car just doesn't look good enough to really battle there. Shelley's once again trying that inside line. And this is probably going to be the battle for the win right now, as here comes Noah Hart on the outside with Ryan Griffin. And we know Griffin might have just been sandbagging this whole run, because Griffin looks incredibly competitive right now. And now Griffin's trying down low, but we've been seeing that the inside line just doesn't hold momentum like the outside does. And here we go. Here comes Will Hoyt and Hart once again. This is where things start getting very, very crazy, as here comes James Shelley on the outside there. Shelley's going to maybe look on Hart here. Not going to make it work there. Oh, but here, he's going down low on Shelley. Whoa, Shelley goes way down low. He gets way out of the gas. And there goes Hart. Hart's around. Noah Hart's around into the wall, and Hart is upside down. Hart is upside down, and that's going to be a yellow, and Noah Hart out of the race. So one of the dominant cars of the day is done. And he was not happy about this, to be honest with you. Hart was fuming at James Shelley. And to be fair, you're going to see here, Hart didn't give him a lot of room off the corner, but James Shelley tries this dive bomb way down low. And you know it wasn't going to stick. Here he goes, diving down to the inside, nearly clips the apron, nearly takes out Will Hoyt and Noah Hart. Griffin barely avoids it and gets away with it. Actually, there would have been a serious shot that Kenny Myatt would have been the only car left in the race after that one. So with only 3 to go, it would be a 3-car battle with Tristan Will Hoyt. It would only be a 4-car battle, actually. Ryan Griffin, Kenny Myatt, and James Shelley. Shelley got end of the longest line there for his little incident there. And great start by Will Hoyt. I don't know if anybody is going to be able to catch Will Hoyt now, as looks like Myatt is actually trying to help Griffin out there. Myatt's going to go low, try and take over second. Will Hoyt's way up high. Here comes Ryan Griffin down low on. Oh, Myatt lost the rear end of it there, I think. But Ryan Griffin takes over the lead of this race. And Now it's up to Will Hoyt to try and pass Griffin. With an expert move there on the restart. However, Griffin's running low, and this is where Will Hoyt's so strong is on the outside here. And now he's going down to the inside because Griffin's going to cover the outside with only 2 laps to go. Here they go down into turn number 1 as Will Hoyt is just looking there. Oh, near contact there between Griffin and Will Hoyt, as now Myatt is up there trying to draft with Will Hoyt. Myatt's going to go for 3 wide, and Will Hoyt's going to cover the line pretty well. Myatt has to back way out of the throttle to try and, that could have been a real big incident there, but now it seems like the 9 seems to have a little bit more spunk to it. White flag for Ryan Griffin, though. With only 1 to go, it's between Shelley, Will Hoyt, and Griffin. I don't think the 9's got much of a shot here unless they all wreck. But, oh, there goes the 26 shaking up the high line there. Shelley's got no control there. Shelley's out of it now, because here comes the 9 trying to push Will Hoyt. Now, well, actually, the 9's going for second now. However, I don't think it's going to be enough for anybody. Ryan Griffin comes off turn 4, and he's going to win the Paindeath 100 here at Auto Club Speedway, the first online IndyCar race with the Kart 97 EXC that we ran. So Ryan Griffin wins the race. Second goes to Will Hoyt, third goes to Myatt, and fourth goes to Shelley. And everybody else fell out of the race. And with that being said, and with the cars flipping in the background, we thank you. Until next time.